Elon Musk is worth about $250 billion. Jeff Bezos, around $200 billion. But here's the thing, having money and spending money are completely different. So who actually spends more? The guy with a rocket company or the guy with a massive yacht? The answer might surprise you, because one of them just dropped $44 billion on a single purchase. The other one, he claims he lives in a $50,000 house. Today we're breaking down exactly how these two spend their fortunes. Houses, jets, yachts, businesses, everything. And by the end, you'll see they couldn't be more different. Let's dive in. Alright, let's start with houses, because this is where things get interesting right away. Jeff Bezos owns some of the most expensive real estate on the planet. In 2020, he bought a mansion in Beverly Hills for $175 million. That's the most expensive home ever sold in Los Angeles. It has a guest house that's bigger than most people's actual houses. Then there's his place in Hawaii. $78 million. Just sitting there on the beach. He's got properties in Washington State worth about $30 million combined. A mansion in DC for $23 million. And multiple apartments in New York that together cost over $100 million. It eats all up. Bezos has spent around $500 million on real estate alone. Now let's talk about Elon. In 2020, Elon tweeted something wild. He said, "I'm selling all my possessions. I will own no house." And he actually did it. Sold every mansion. Everything. Where does he live now? He claims it's a prefab house in Texas, near the SpaceX facility. Costs $50,000. Some people spend more than that on a car. So round one, real estate. Bezos, $500 million. Elon, basically zero. Not even close. Let's move to vehicles. Cars first. Elon drives Teslas. Makes sense, since he runs the company. But he does own a few cool cars. There's his 1976 Lotus Esprit, you know, the James Bond submarine car from the movies. He paid about $1 million for that. Add in a few other classics and maybe he's got $2 million in cars total. Bezos has a collection worth somewhere between $5 and $10 million. Multiple luxury cars. Classics. The whole deal. Cars. Bezos wins, but that's nothing compared to what comes next. Private jets. Bezos owns not one, but TWO, Gulfstream G. 65OE. These are literally the most expensive private jets you can buy. $150 million each. So that's $300 million in jets. Then add another few million per year just to operate them. Elon has one Gulfstream G650R. Cost him about $70 million. But here's the thing. He actually uses it for work constantly. Flying between Tesla factories, SpaceX launches, meetings. It's not just for luxury. So Jets Bezos is at $300 million. Elon at $70 million. But wait, because this is where Bezos goes absolutely insane. Yachts. In 2023, Bezos took delivery of a superyacht called This thing costs $500 million. $500 million. It's the second largest sailing yacht in the world. 417 feet long. And get this, the yacht was so big, it needed its own support yacht, just to carry the helicopter and water toys. That support yacht? Another $75 million. So Bezos just spent $575 million on boats. Elon's yacht collection, zero. He doesn't own a single yacht. He's actually said yachts are a waste of money. Bakeless Total Bezos is sitting at about $875 million. Elon's at $72 million. Bezos is crushing him so far. But hold on. Because we haven't gotten to the big one yet. This is where everything flips. October 2022. Elon Musk buys Twitter. Price, $44 billion. Yes? Billion with a B. That's the biggest personal purchase in human history. He bought an entire social media platform, then renamed it X, and completely changed how it works. Love it or hate it, that's $44 billion of his own money gone in one deal. But it doesn't stop there. Elon's been pouring billions into SpaceX for years. The Starship program alone has cost billions. He keeps buying more Tesla shares. He invests in other companies. Business spending for Elon easily over 50 billion in just the past few years. Now Bezos, he founded Blue Origin back in 2000, and he has been spending about $1 billion per year on it. So over 20 plus years, that's maybe 15 to 20 billion total. He also bought the Washington Post newspaper in 2013 for 250 million. Add it up, and Bezos has spent maybe 20 to 25 billion on business investments. See the difference? Elon spent 44 billion on Twitter alone, more than Bezos has spent on everything combined. Business spending, Elon at 50 billion plus, Bezos at 25 billion. Elon just took a massive lead. Let's talk about giving money away. Bezos has publicly donated somewhere around $3 to $4 billion. He created the Bezos Day One Fund, with $2 billion for homelessness and education. He's given hundreds of millions to food banks and other causes. He's also pledged to give away most of his wealth eventually. But most of that hasn't happened yet. Elon's donated about 5 to 6 billion, mostly in Tesla stock to his own foundation. He also put up 100 million for a carbon capture prize. Here's the thing though. His foundation doesn't actually spend much of that money. It just holds the stock. So charity-wise, they're kinda tied. Elon at 6 billion, Bezos at 4 billion. But honestly, both of them could be doing way more. Now let's talk about how they actually live day to day. Jeff Bezos lives exactly how you'd imagine a billionaire lives. The $500 million yacht, multiple mansions, flying around the world, dating Lauren Sanchez, and going to fancy events everywhere. His annual lifestyle spending, probably somewhere between 50 and 100 million per year just on living. Elon. Completely different. He claims he works 80 to 100 hours a week, sleeps at the office sometimes, lives in that tiny house in Texas. No yacht, no massive mansion. Most of his spending goes into his businesses, not into living large. Personal lifestyle spending for Elon, maybe 5 to 10 million per year. And that's mostly security and the private jet. Lifestyle spending. Bezos at 100 million per year. Elon at maybe 10 million per year. Totally different approaches to being a billionaire. Alright, let's add this all up and see who actually spends more. Jeff Bezos. Total spending. Real estate, 500 million. Vehicles, including that yacht, 875 million. Business stuff, like Blue Origin, 25 billion. Charity, 4 billion. Lifestyle over the years. Maybe another 500 million. Total for Bezos, around 30 to 31 billion dollars spent. Now, Elon Musk real estate. Basically 0 vehicles, 72 million. Business investments, including Twitter, over 50 billion. Charity, 6 billion. Lifestyle, maybe 100 million. Elon S total, about 56 to 57 billion dollars spent. Elon Musk has spent almost double what Jeff Bezos has spent. But here's the crazy part. Look at what they spent it on. Elon spent 44 billion on Twitter. That's a business. Bezos spent 500 million on a yacht. That's lifestyle. Elon puts his money into rockets and companies. Bezos puts his money into houses and boats. Same level of wealth. Completely different priorities. So there's your answer. Elon Musk spends more money, about 56 billion versus Bezos' 30 billion. But Bezos lives the life most people picture when they think billionaire. Yacht parties, multiple mansions, luxury. Everything. Elon's over here buying social media companies and building rockets to Mars. Who's doing it right? That's up to you to decide. Or invest like Elon in businesses and space exploration. Let me know in the comments what you'd do with that kind of money. And if you want more breakdowns of how billionaires actually spend their fortunes, hit that subscribe button, because I've got plenty more coming. See you in the next one.